brain has evolved through time, through thousands and thousands upon thousands of years of experience, knowledge, and all the activities of thought in the world, technologically, personally, and all that, thinking. And we have said that it's my brain through which I think. Is that so? Is your brain yours? Or it is the result of thousands of years of evolution. So it is not your brain or my brain, it's brain. I wonder if you see the depth of this. And the brain is the center of our consciousness. Right? What is our consciousness? Not according to the experts, but when you ask yourself that question, your consciousness, what is it? Your beliefs, your conclusions, your opinions, the 2,000 years programmed, as a Christian, or 5,000 years as Hindu, and so on. Right? Your consciousness is the reaction, the reflexes, the fears, the pleasures, the sorrows, the pain, the grief, and all the misery of human beings. That's your consciousness. Is your consciousness different from another? Or your consciousness is like the consciousness of all humanity? Because they suffer in Russia, in India, in China. They may have outward garments different, the environment may be different, but psychologically, which is the content of our consciousness, is common, is shared by all human beings. Right? So your brain and your consciousness is shared by all human beings. So you are the rest of mankind. You may be a German, a Swiss, and a proud Englishman. But you are the rest of mankind. Right? So, it is not an intellectual concept. It's not an idea, a romantic, sentimental something, but it's a fact. And when that is deeply real, and that is the truth, then your whole outlook on a life changes. Then you are responsible for all humanity. It's rather frightening, but it is so. So, one has to understand that in this investigation, we are not being self-centered. We are not cultivating the self more and more and more. We are not making the self more intelligent. But we are like the rest of mankind. Out of that comes compassion. You understand? So, is the brain an instrument which is merely concerned with security? Psychological as well as physical. If it is not, then what is the function of the brain? You understand? If I'm not concerned with myself everlastingly, in my meditation, however, all that kind of silly stuff, then what place has thought, and is there a new instrument altogether which is not the activity of thought? Are we making myself clear? We can see what thought has done in the world. Technological world and the human world. And thought has built the most extraordinary beautiful things. Architecture, painting, marvelous poems, great novels. But also thought has divided people. And thought also, through its division, created wars. Therefore, thought is not the instrument of peace. Right? I wonder if this is clear. Are we meeting each other? Are we walking together so far? That thought, being in itself divisive, limited, it cannot possibly bring about peace in the world. It's shown League of Nations and United Nations. You follow? Napoleon tried to conquer, unify Europe, so did poor Hitler, and so on. So activity of thought cannot possibly resolve human problems. Right? If you see that very clearly, then what? You understand me? Suppose I see very clearly what thought has done in the world. I see very clearly what thought has done in the realm of my own psyche. The search for security is the basis of the movement of thought, right? And is there security at all through thought? Do you understand? Or there is security only when thought, with its own intelligence, with its own cunningness, realizes its place and does not enter into the area of the psyche.